What is writing in the 21st century? Is it the way that we write down our thoughts and feelings to a word and express it amongst our peers? Is it when we see the dialogue in TV, games, and movies that we claim is the best script that has ever been written due to the character development and how the direction of the script flows through the entire show? Or is it social media that has taken the world by storm that you post something and expect it to like or reblog so you can spread your voice and opinions around the media? I'm going to find the answers through all these questions that are about writing. These days, writing has spread its wings to each and every genre that you can find, ranging from television to video games to various social media websites and music. But the main question is, what is writing for us in the 21st century? Why do we write? And how's the writing these days more diverse than they are years ago? As you can see here in the days of old gaming, this is what writing was back then. It was just go here and there, shoot, jump, fight a boss, and make it to the goal. Yeah, very simple. Oh, and the story? Forget about the story. Just fight everything. Back in these days, games, writing really was a big part of the writing not only focused on the gameplay, but also on the story, characters, and how they all develop. Where you got the Kingdom Hearts games, where the writing in the game is all about light and dark, friends, and how the world is connected despite being so distant. Whereas you have the Bayonetta and Devil May Cry games, where both protagonists' stories always come after like demons and angels, and how they all just try to battle each other, and while these two characters is trying to stop it. Although there are like some difference, despite that they're quite similar to each other. And whereas you have the Metal Gear games, where you play as this character named Solid Snake, where the writing is like he's a soldier and he goes into like spy missions where he just sneaks in and try to get like some information about the Metal Gear. I always wondered, what is writing to other people? Is it just Facebook all day, poetry maybe, even some made up stories that could be considered as writing these days? I'm about to ask this question to some individuals about what's writing to them, and maybe ask some personal questions.
It takes you to a whole different other world. You can create a world. You can create stories. You can rap, sing, do
So,
poetry.
when you take writing and you take anime and you put them together, first thing first, writing what the job that writing has in the anime industry is storyboard. Um, and this because anime is like it's anime, but before anime, there's books called manga. It can be like translated as comic books, same thing. And even there's another type of novel called visual novels and light novels. Light novels is like it's just basically stories, basic words, not really any pictures. There might be a few illustrations here and there, like the title and the back cover, front cover, maybe a few illustrations in between. But it's mostly about the story. That's where writing comes in when it comes to anime. You have the plot, the storyboard of an anime or a manga, visual novel, which is a video game with a really deep, detailed story, and light novels, which is basically story with a few illustrations. The writing aspect when it comes to anime is story. It's so when you write an anime, it comes down to the story and like the storyboard and it's basically plot. The plot of like the whole series, how the series writing in anime is really diverse because there's so many different genres in anime. You have fantasy, romance, martial arts, which is a subgenre. The main ones is supernatural. Shonen. Shonen is stories geared towards boys and teenagers from ages 13, 18. Then you have seinen, which is for adult males, and then you have shoujo, which is for girls same age as boys, 8 to 13, yeah, 8 to 18. And then you have bi shoujo, which is for older women and things of that nature. But yeah, as you can see, there's a bunch of different um, audiences for anime and books it comes from. Like for example, if you're writing a story, an anime story for kids, for boys, like from ages 8 to 13, you're gonna write something that gears towards friendship and enduring and a few hardships, but you can overcome them. Like for example, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, those are more for boys and teenage guys and stuff like that. So and then you have the girls where it's more about romance and relationships. So when you write anime stories that's geared towards women, or girls in general, most writers tend to, point or go more towards women and romance, and since that's a lot of what women do, it's all about romance and relationships and gossip, a little bit of that. So yeah, and what it comes down to with diversity is just all about what's your target audience, and the thing with anime is there's a bunch of different people you can target your audience to. You have boys, teenagers, girls and boys, adult women, adult males. You can even go as far as I don't want to say psychopaths, but people with kind of who've just been through hardship. They had a rough life. You can write a story that they can relate to, and have plot twists and things of that nature, all types of hardships and things like that. So yeah, that, and it's just so many other things. But when it comes to writing an anime, it's basically it's infinite. The amount of creativity that you can put into it, the different types of people that you can gear toward.
I think whether it's like a script for a movie, I think over time, like so much good stuff has come out and it's inspired other people. So right now, I think the bar of writing has been raised to our medium, whether it's poetry, movies, of course. You can't do anything without some type of written game plan. So yeah, I feel like it goes into all mediums, and especially now video games more than ever require just like probably the same amount of writing that goes into a film goes into every video.
Simple action that you do with a pen or pencil. No, writing is more so like expressing your feelings. So simple materials like pencil and paper. As long as you have the right voice to express yourself, express what was written on the paper. Writing is something really special. So I guess you could say writing is a superpower to me in the 21st century.
It's a way of life, something I can't live without. Freedom of speech. It's creative. Allows me to write out how I feel. I think it's a great way to also vent. If I got things that trouble me or things I'm thinking about. Basically, yeah, it's just a way of life for me. I couldn't imagine myself without being able to write and to express how I feel.
Oof, man. So many things that writing means to them, as though writing is like the best tool in their book. Writing can mean anything to anybody who uses pen and pencil. Will say it has some type of meaning to them. Just pick up the pencil, grab the sheet of paper, and go. When it comes to social media, writing is the norm. It lets you contact many people around the web, such as friends and family and loved ones. Lets you vent your frustration and join communities such as the anime community. Oh my goodness. Holy crap. You got it now. Oh my god. Joshua actually got that crap. He's having a child with a woman that he loves. Oh my goodness! Like, I congratulations, man. That's all I gotta say. Well, that's enough for writing in the 21st century. Some feel that writing is a way to vent one's frustrations and turn them to very important wordy subjects that will leave people in awe. Others feel that writing is all about the story, plot development, and how the characters in the story transition themselves from inexperienced kids to veteran adults. And some may think that writing is all about getting connected with friends and family. I don't know what writing means to me. I always thought it's just pencil and paper together for the longest time, and I still don't know what it means to me. But as long as I have, well, paper and pencil, well, and now, I'll keep writing.